Treyarch recently revealed Black Ops 6's new take on zombies, but the reception hasn't been as positive as expected. Longtime fans of the franchise have raised several concerns about the decisions, both to change some things and to keep others, claiming that these are features that make the game feel different from its classic roots. In this video, we'll explore the main reasons behind the backlash. It doesn't look like zombies. Fans argue that the new aesthetic in Black Ops 6 Zombies lacks the iconic look and feel of the previous installments. Many point to the muted color palette, which they say makes the game visually bland and fails to capture the horror atmosphere they loved in the earlier titles. Personally, I can see it. Any Zombies map before Cold War was a masterclass of color and atmosphere, some of the best examples being all of Black Ops 3, while even some of the worst maps like Transit and Die Rise still scream red and orange, and in Die Rise's case I think there's some purple in there too, even amongst the gray. I think this is just how it is on the new Modern Warfare 2019 engine, but the multiplayer seems to be really rich for Black Ops 6, so I'm hoping in the DLC season the team behind Zombies can find new ways to keep their aesthetic while still making the maps feel unique. The new HUD design, while personally I think it's fine, many are finding it lackluster, wishing that the unique HUD from the Mangler suit could be the actual HUD. Something to keep in mind, while it's bland, it is supposed to be extensively customizable, so it might take a few tries to find what works for you. In the same breath as HUD, we should include health bars for the zombies, which is also criticized for making the game feel more like a generic shooter rather than a true zombies mode. Zombies used to be quite cinematic, and the lingering horror really was that you had very little separating you from the characters in game. HUDs were just to keep track of rounds, ammo, points, and perks. Now there is hit markers, minimaps, and health bars on top of it. This is an issue they've only been making worse since Black Ops 4. However, if I feel like these visuals bother me, I'll just turn them off, and I recommend you do too. The biggest holdup, which I'm not sure about, is if zombies have any evidence of taking damage, like losing limbs and stuff. If not, then that should definitely be added for those who don't want the health bar. Too close to Cold War. Players feel like Black Ops 6 Zombies shares too much DNA with Cold War. Complaints are centering around the gameplay mechanics, such as the use of salvage, loadouts, and armor. Some argue these elements have been lifted directly from Cold War and modes like Warzone, detracting from the unique identity of zombies and making it feel like Cold War 2.0. Well, first of all, it is Cold War 2.0. That's how sequels work. I can tell you, the gaming job market isn't doing too hot right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if almost everyone on the team wasn't there working on Black Ops 3 almost 10 years ago, which is the version of zombies everybody wants this to be. Hear me out though. If we keep demanding Black Ops 3 2.0, so much so that anything different is an L, we will never achieve those highs again. We need to work with Treyarch and let them make the game they want to make. That will ultimately be a better outcome than forcing them to make a game they don't. At the same time, if you don't like it, then make that known so that things can be improved, but you can't expect them to regress 10 years. They're already extending olive branches with things like gobblegums. Armor is now a wall buy, which I think is a great choice, so you have to decide between perks or pack-a-punch against maybe more armor. It adds depth with replayability more so than Black Ops 3's shields do, because there's a decision to make, not just setups to be repeated. Salvage has been shrunk to one type and seems to be less important, but I'll have to play it to tell you how that feels. Personally, it never bothered me too much. If everything were points based, we'd never have enough points for everything, which does lead me to points per kill instead of points per hit, which is a decision I think should be reverted, because like the new armor system, points per hit adds replayability, because you'd have to choose between a point gun or a damage gun based on your momentary circumstances. Loadouts go even further to remove the gun variety, but in Cold War I always spawned with an M1911, and I plan to do so in every match of Black Ops 6 with the pistol as well. There's also enemy reuse, which I'm not a fan of. I miss having new enemies in every map, but we've also had a dog round since World at War, so returning enemies is not even close to a new concept. I, for one, am excited for perk augmentations. Instead of maxing out your perks like Cold War, you can go into each game with slightly unique perks. I think I heard there will be 3,000 augments on launch. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm excited to talk shop with my friends and strategize our augments to maximize our fun. All in all, many of the changes may be misses, but we should be able to think critically about why these aren't clicking, more so than being just Cold War II. Conclusion. The two new maps, Terminus and Liberty Falls, have received mixed reactions. Terminus is appreciated for its larger, round-based design, while Liberty Falls has been described as bland and lacking excitement. Many believe these choices cater more to casual players, alienating some of the hardcore fanbase, yet the introduction of features like a save and quit option and the ability to join mid-round are good for making it more accessible for everyone. The backlash against Black Ops 6 Zombies so far seems to be rooted in a sense that it has strayed too far from an original formula. While new features and quality of life improvements could appeal to newer players, many longtime fans feel that the changes dilute the identity of what made Zombies unique in the first place. Obviously, I wasn't at COD Next, so I can only share my opinion for what I've seen, and that's 99% of the fanbase. But people need to remember that they have yet to touch the game. If it looks bad, please save your money, but at least wait to see if these issues are as bad as a few hours of gameplay make them seem. And please maintain hope for Treyarch, and let's make Black Ops 6 the new Black Ops 3.
Swear to yourself, you'll never be